my friends. How are you doing today? Yes, hi is everyone. Hope everyone's doing great. This is Nisa from Nisa's Variety Show. As you can see, I have on some beautiful jewelry. I have on my beautiful bracelet, and you can buy this on the link below. And you can buy this beautiful necklace. It is a spaceship. Ooh. But you can buy it. I make all this jewelry. I made these two little cute pair of earrings, these dice earrings. Just think, when you go to Las Vegas, honey, you can say, ooh, let me go to the crap table and let me shoot them up. And then I'm gonna, with my matching outfit, I'm gonna be super sharp. Now you guys don't know this yet, or you might know it, but I'm from the South. But I've moved out west, so I live out west now. It's a little hot, but I'm good with that. It was a change of culture, but I'm living with it, and you know what? I'm cool. So that's all it takes, is just to be cool with something. The change, I'll say, was a good change. Pretty good change. Now, right now, I have on the stove, I am making some hummingbird water, or hummingbird nectar, whatever you like to call it. The reason I'm making it is because I was in here doing a video, and my hummingbirds were flying up to the door, and they were chirping. And people that know about hummingbirds know they don't chirp with their beaks. They chirp with their tails. They let you know when they're out of something, which I already knew they were out of hummingbird water, or hummingbird nectar, or hummingbird food. And so I was gonna make them some more when I got a little less busy. And so now I'm making them some more on the stove. And what I used is 2 cups of water, 2 cups of sugar to 6 cups of water. Okay, some people use 2 cups of sugar to 4 cups of water. So it just depends, you know. The reason I kind of thin it out a little more is because there's a lot of hummingbird feeders around here, and I don't want to overdo the hummingbirds, you know. They're getting a lot. So I hope you guys are really enjoying my shows. Right now I am doing a variety show, and so far I've only done like a few cooking shows. So I do have some other ideas coming up, and yes, we will be going there. And if you do see something that you like as far as my jewelry, or any jewelry that I have on, or any of my jewelry that you'll be seeing in the background at some point, you're more than welcome to go to my website on Mercari and take a look and see if you can find something you like. I also have a lot of Disney clothes on there right now. You might even find some pajamas, or Mickey Mouse shirt that you like, or something, Little Mermaid, or something like that you may like. But right now I have the hummingbird water on the stove. You have to let it come to a boil, and let it boil for a few minutes, and then you take it off the stove and let it sit and let it cool down before you can fill the bird feeder for the hummingbirds. So while that's happening, I had decided to celebrate my dad today. My dad passed away not too long ago. He passed away on August the 2nd, 2021. I sincerely miss him a lot. So many days go by and times, and you know, I want to call him and I want to talk to him, and a lot of times he wouldn't say a whole lot to me. I don't know why, you know, but he would just listen, and he seemed to have greater conversations with my sisters, and I think sometimes he didn't have greater conversations with me because when I was a kid, I was the kid that was always there when he came home at night. The kid who was sitting at the kitchen table waiting on him. And the kid that listened to all the family stories and knew them all already. And so every time he talked to me and he would get to talking about Uncle JP and my great-grandmother Luella and her mother Kizzy, it was really Kizza, it would be so much that I would already know. And so he kind of just, you know, got to the point of where he was like, you know, this one knows everything. And so I just appreciated it. And I appreciated him listening, getting to the point in life where it was my turn to cry. It was my turn to tell the stories. It was my turn to relay the messages. And so I just appreciated that. But so today is Saturday. It is June it's the day before Father's Day. So I think it's the 17th. And so in his honor, I am going to make one of his favorite drinks. So with that being said, I am going to come over here to my other cabinet where I have already. Now one thing with this hummingbird food, you want to make sure that all the sugar is totally dissolved. And mine is, and it's starting to come to a boil. So, okay, so back to my dad. So my dad loved whiskey, and his favorite whiskey was Crown. And so with me saying Crown, I'm not sure if I can mention the whole name, but part of the name has Crown in it. So you guys can probably pretty much figure out what I'm talking about. And he loved that drink. He loved it. It was his favorite. And they actually make an apple version of it, but he liked the original. And so I came up with a hot toddy version of his favorite with the original, but also with the apple flavor. So this is 2 packets of the hot apple cider mix. And you can find this at any grocery store. So I use 2 packs. Now, I told you guys, I live in the desert. So when you live in the desert, The water that comes out of your faucet is not that tasty. I hate to say it, but it's not. And most people out here, they know it doesn't taste that good. So I'm gonna walk over here to the water machine, and it has a little gizmo on it, I would call it, because I'm from the South and we call stuff a gizmo, okay? And so it has a little gizmo on it, and it automatically makes the water hot enough for some tea, or in this case, for some hot apple cider. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm going to put the hot water in my cup, and I'll be right back. And I'm not going to pause because I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. And as you can see, I left quite a bit of room at the top. I left quite a bit of room so that I can put a shot or two, or 2 shots. Huh? What do you think? 2? Okay, yeah, 2 sounds good. So I'm gonna go over here to my little bar area, I'll call it. Or they have my dad's favorite drink on sale at a wholesale store. One of the biggest bottles they sell for the same price as the smallest bottle, so don't think I'm just a lush. And I got this biggest bottle, but I got the biggest bottle because it was on sale for the same price as the smallest bottle. So what was I supposed to do? So okay, you guys, I'm from the South, so I'm not going to measure, okay? But I do measure, but I'm not gonna measure this because I don't have to measure this. There's some stuff I do measure, but I'm not gonna measure this. I can kind of tell how much space I left in my cup, that I left about a 2-shot radius. And my hummingbird water is really, really boiling. All right, ooh, that smells dandy. That smells super dandy. Stir that in. Have a little trusty spoon right there. Come back over here. I'm gonna set down my Father's Day hot toddy. And I'm gonna go over here to my stove. Turn off my hummingbird water. And I'm gonna scoot it to the back burner. And I'm gonna let it cool down. And I'm gonna come back over here and I'm gonna take a little tiny sip of this. My taste tester actually is back from their running their errands, but they're not actually 21 yet, so they can't drink. But even if they were 21, I don't think they'd be able to drink this. So I'll just try it for myself. Woo! Now that's delicious. And I do mean, see how it made me sing? It made me sing. No, I can't sing. I'm not a singer, although I have 3 daughters who have very, very, very beautiful voices. And I'll probably have at least one of them on my variety show at some point, if they act right. That's what Crown do, it make you start talking, okay? It make you start saying what's on your mind. So sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes it's not. And with that being said, everybody, we're just gonna say good night and goodbye till next time. Next time on the variety show, it'll be some variety. It won't be about cooking, but I got a bunch of recipes. I got some stuff coming up that's gonna be so delicious that it's just going to melt in your mouth. And let me say this, if you have any questions about my recipes, please feel free to message me, and I will return an answer to your question. Because, you know, sometimes as cooks, you're not sure if you're following the directions in the order that they go in. And you wonder if you're doing something the correct way. Or it may be something I haven't had on my show yet, and you want to know, how do you make this? Or what would I do if I was going to make this? And so, hey, feel free to ask me, because I have cooked so much different foods that, you know, I can't even begin to say. But I will say this, the food that I will be preparing for you guys will be food for everyday living and eating. It will not be food for some fancy smancy something. It just won't be. Although when you put it in your mouth, you're gonna think fancy smancy, because it's gonna be so delicious. And because the people who actually came up with the recipes were chefs and were known for their cooking. Because one of my grandmothers was a chef, and she actually worked for a lady who has a shop in the South that sells all my grandmother's recipes right now, which I can't say her name because it's not supposed to be known. And it's another lady in the South that has salads that's in a grocery store that my grandmother actually invented this lady's first 2 salads. So I can't say her name either. But, you know, I'm going to make both of my grandmothers proud by putting their recipes out here for the world and see where it goes. And right now I'm gonna say Happy Father's Day to all the men out there who are fathers and who are good fathers. And I want to say Happy Father's Day to those dads who want to be good dads and whose hearts ache because of how they haven't been able to be there for their children. Because there's a lot of circumstances in this world that can keep a man down and keep a man back and keep a man from being the father that he could have been or should be. And I'm just not going to take anything from that guy, because now if you're out there and you're playing basketball or you're playing football and you don't have nothing to do with your kids, or you're a corporate banker and you just dished your kids to the side, and I'm not talking about you. But I'm just talking about the average man that has to work 2, 3, 4 jobs, and he comes home and he sits on the couch and his wife says, "Oh babe, I want this," and his kid's like, "Daddy, Daddy, can I have the game station with this, that, and other?" And he's thinking he wants to be the best dad in the world, but how can he even afford it? How can he even get it? How can he help? And in some cases, he just feels like maybe if he just walked away, they'd be better off. And then in some of those cases, society has dictated, because in some places, if his girlfriend or his wife has gotten free housing, her children's father can't even live in the house with them. Now, there should be something wrong with that, if you ask me. But it's not. It's a rule. And if they find out that the father's living in the house with the children, then they all could be homeless. And to me, in this country, that should be wrong. That should be banned. It should be something the matter with a father not being able to be in the same place with his children. It should be something the matter with a man not being in a place to make enough money to provide for all his children. Now, thank God, my dad had a great family. They helped him provide for me and my sisters. We weren't the richest people. We didn't have a whole lot, but we got provided for. So I'm thankful for that. And my dad, over time, he realized the mistakes of his younger years, and he became a good dad. And I miss him, and I love him for that. And for that, I'm gonna give him cheers up to heaven, because I know he went to heaven because he confessed his faults and he asked for forgiveness. And that's all our creators want, is for us to ask for forgiveness and be real and true about it. So here's to all you dads who really want to be a dad, who really want to be there for your children, and for all you dads who are there for your children. And to my dad in heaven, and to all my male uncles who are good dads, and the ones who want to be good dads, and to all my male relatives who have gone to heaven and who were good dads while they were here, and who wanted to be good dads while they were here. Here's to you. Have a wonderful Father's Day. Love you all. Goodbye.